Out here picking up sheds or looking for sheds. I'm kind of just combing this bottom ground. They say he's got one. He's like terrible at shed hunting. Found one, so we're gonna go up and see what he's got. There's a decent deer sign in here. Tracks kind of feeding to some of these bottom cornfields. We're checking out a new piece of property. See what he's got.
Whoa, man.
Smell fresh?
Looks fresh.
Yep, you see blood on
the body.
red.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
I think that's the first deer antler I found when I was actually looking for a deer antler.
Out doing a little walkabout today, and man, super mild temperatures for February. Hot, sunny, not the greatest conditions for looking for sheds. It's no fun when you're fighting the sun glare, but walked upon a deadhead here. It's been there a while, so probably have to go ahead and get the salvage tag for it if we can. So take a look. Man, been putting some hours in today, walking. Surely thought I would find a handful of sheds, but it has been slow. Finally, just found my first one of the day and of the year. I think it's a fresh one, but man, I don't know if they're still carrying, which there's a good chance just because of how mild it's been, but I don't know, been rough. But got my first one here. And it is tiny. That could be last year's, we'll see. Well, that's this year's, but man, what a dink. I guess we'll take it. All right, been walking for, I don't know, several hours here. And walked through some really good stuff, and was to the point like, man, I'm just not gonna find anything today. It's just kind of one of those years, and man, walked upon one. Nothing special, but boy, it beats going home empty-handed, and about stepped on it. Kind of got to the point where kind of forgot I was looking for horns. If you go for a while and not find anything, you just kind of start zoning out, but looks like that's pretty fresh too. Man, check out that pedicle. It's a big chunk of that deer's skull come out of there. And that's pretty fresh. Got the skin ring on it, but that's kind of the story we got here. A lot of deer are just still holding. It's such a mild winter, and I don't think they just had any kind of added pressure on them. There was no added stress on them, so they held their horns longer than they needed to. And it's greening up quick, so it may be tough to find anymore. But alright, just picked up that little one a little bit ago. Kind of gave me some life, you know, makes me want to look a little bit more. And just about cruised by this one. Looks like a pretty good one over there. I thought I saw something up here, and I just happened to peek over it. It's a pretty good looking horn over there. Looks like a nice 5-point. I'll go check it out. This looks like a pretty good horn here. This is the kind of you want to find. Man, I need to find this other side too. One dandy horn. Not quite as big as I thought it was, but it's still pretty nice. And that's been on the ground a little bit, but that's a sweet deer. That's a good looking deer. That's probably 150 class 10 point. Very cool, very cool. Glad I kept walking. Well, it just doesn't matter what kind of hunting you're doing. Things can change real quick. I was having a pretty poor day, and then found this one, and I'm trying to match it up here real quick, running out of light, and I see another horn, and I think, well, there it is. Now this one, I'm gonna go, this one's left. And so is the one I just found, which is another really good horn. Cool looking horn. Huh. Well, now I have two to match up. So that's not a bad thing. Now back out here. A week ago I found two pretty nice sheds, and I'm back in here trying to match them up. I just ran out of time the last time I was in here, and there was some ground I didn't get to cover, so I'm going to kind of just see if it's laying somewhere out in the open close. Maybe I can pick it up, but I've just been cruising along here and trying to match up them two I was talking about earlier, and I haven't had any luck, and kind of made a lot of circles around where I found them. So if I stumble on them now, it's going to be just pure luck. But started getting in here into some of this thick stuff. You can see right here, this is the kind of stuff I like to walk, and just looked and got an old one here. Nice little 4-point, been there for a while. So, well, I have been pumping back and forth, gridding all this, trying to find the other side of that 5-point, and I'm pretty sure I just walked up on it. And it wasn't far from where the first one was. I mean, I don't know, within 100 yards. I just wouldn't have seen it from that side, so I just started working some of this nastier thick stuff. You can see all this thick stuff, and I'm gonna guess that right in there, we can see it here, is the other side. Well, we are going to go check it out. That's pretty sweet. At least I think it is. Yeah, that's it. Pretty cool. Well, that's a good deal that I came in here, matched the other one up. Awesome. I'll get her picked up here after I take a few pictures. A week ago today, I found the other side to this. This looks like this is a little bit weaker side, so that's going to put this deer probably around, I don't know, 156, 7, something like that would be my guess. But man, real solid 10-point. And makes me wonder how close the other horn is in here that I've been looking for. But man, I walked right by this thing several times, pretty close to it. But just the way from looking at it from that side, there was only just a couple inches of tine sticking up, and I would have had to been close to see it. But that is pretty sweet. Yeah. And I was close. But that's how it goes sometimes. So, man, I'm gonna wrap up this day. It could very well, and really could wrap up the year. It's getting so warm and so green that it's getting tough to be motivated to walk. And well, cruising along here, this is probably the last day of shed hunting this year, just because it's got so green. It's really tough to find them unless you step on them. That's what we did here, checking out a different piece of property today, and hasn't been really anything too of great sign, but just cruising back to the vehicle and got a shed here. Little 4-point. Not chewed up, but been there a little bit. And I'm gonna guess that's probably gonna be the last shed of this year, so. Unless we pick up another one on the way back to the truck or car, but that might be unlikely.